Hello, welcome in. Get out the cold. Remember, shoes off at the front door. Get some snacks and come take a seat. And join us here in the Music Shack with both
Ray.
and Jack. And we're back with another episode and a lot of exciting stuff. A lot.
Yeah, a lot of exciting stuff. We kind of took a week off and then we spent all of last week talking about guts. So we have so much to talk about, which it will be fun. And a bunch of fun stuff has happened this week, specifically with Taylor and the last few weeks with everyone. So there's drama, there's news, everything you love about the Music Shack. And we have hot takes, as we always do. Essentially, after our last episode, Taylor announced the Eras Tour movie, which is going to be in North American theaters on October 13th, which is really exciting. It's going to be the LA shows that were recorded, which we all know. It's going to be in theaters. It'll be really, really fun. I'm very excited. And it'll be in North American theaters, so that means Canada, Mexico, US, Cineplex, Cineworld, whatever, AMC. Wherever you go for your theaters, they'll have it. And there was a lot of, not backlash, but a lot of discussion about Taylor doing this in the midst, first of all, in the midst of a writers and actors strikes and what that means for studios. And second of all, also her not having it internationally, why that might be the case. I know, Jack, you were upset it wasn't being shown in the UK. It's I think it's tough. I get that I'm coming from a place of privilege because I'm able to go, which I will be talking about my experience with the movie on this podcast. It was quite expensive for a movie. I don't know why it was more expensive than a normal movie, which is weird, but it is what it is. I will probably, despite anything, still go more than once, because I'm crazy. But there are rumors that have come out recently that it might be coming to the UK and Australia as well, and potentially other places. So keep an eye out on the local theater's website because you never know when it'll pop up. And oftentimes it pops up before things are announced. So if you can get in there before things are announced, you'll get a good seat, which is a big slay. But I wanted to talk about with the Eras Tour movie, which this is a little bit outdated, but specifically with the strikes. Obviously, there's strikes in Hollywood. Studios are looking for any way to capitalize off of movies and TV shows that aren't needing of writers and actors, things like reality TV and documentaries, things like the Eras Tour movie, which would 120% be a thing that keeps studios afloat in the midst of a strike and encourages them not to reach a deal with the actors and writers, which sucks. It would be shitty for me as someone who really supports the strike to know that my favorite artist is essentially the a big reason why they're not reaching a deal because she's making sure that they get money. But Taylor, the Eras Tour movie is actually SAG-AFTRA approved, which is really slay, and Taylor is not using big Hollywood studios for this movie. So there was an article from Puck News about how Taylor, alongside her parents, essentially that they paid for the concert movie themselves. They did everything independently. They essentially the studios essentially, in a movie, the studios act as the middle person between the person who wants to make the movie and the directors and the actors and all those people, and also the middle person between once the movie is made to get that into theaters, right?
Yeah.
Because they have all the connections. But Taylor Swift is Taylor Swift. Oh, and they also do promotion for the movie. But Taylor Swift is Taylor Swift. She doesn't freaking need you to promote her movie because she's Taylor Swift. And Taylor's dad is friends of friends with the CEO of AMC. So they were able to negotiate directly with AMC for a movie deal to get the theaters in AMC theaters. And essentially, if I find it, there's Variant Distributing, which is an independent sub-distributor for certain other movie theaters like Regal, Cinemark, the Canadian and Mexican ones as well. And the reason is because they didn't want to involve a studio because, one, they lose money, and two, I mean, the strikes is a really big thing. I think that is the reason, the only reason. I don't think that there's a reason that, oh, Taylor wants you to not come see her concert. She knows she's going to come see her concert. I think that that is the only reason why the show is not being played in international. And the reason that Taylor didn't, the reason that she didn't prioritize it is because, one, she knows that like the Eras Tour hype hasn't reached its full potential internationally yet because she hasn't gone there yet, and that she might be able to release it at a later time and with a different distributor who can help her internationally. And second, like, she doesn't want to involve a studio because of strikes, and studios are awful people. I am like, this is such a big thing for Taylor to do, and on like the movie industry in general, it is such a big thing because it will change how a lot of documentaries and things are done more independently, especially from like really famous people, which studios make a lot of money off of that shit and they don't do anything. So they shouldn't.
Oh no, they were so annoyed at this like happening, but like rightfully so. Like, how are they gonna sit there and do nothing and not try and come to even an agreement that is suitable for these writers and everything, and sit there and think they're owed this like huge like film and huge experience is going to do so well? Like, they've done absolutely nothing, as they usually do, to deserve this income and this cash flow of money. Like, they don't deserve it. So the fact that Taylor went above under like the table and stuff and done this, like, they were so annoyed by it. But honestly, like, they don't deserve it, so why should they get it? So it's nice to see that she's done that.
I know. It's funny how they had to move The Exorcist back.
Well, they're scared. They're like, we're not releasing anything close to that date because nothing else is getting seen on that day.
No, I mean, it would be really funny. Like, people were joking about Exor
Oh my
like
God.
the new new Barbenheimer. Go see the Eras Tour movie, like go see Exorcist, which isn't gonna happen anymore. So, but also a really big thing is that the theaters themselves are going to be getting 43% of the ticket sales, which is a lot more, which is more than they usually get. And then 57% will be taken by Taylor and AMC as well.
That's so good. Like,
which is really good.
Cinemas only make profit mostly, like, a little bit from like the ticket sales, but they make most of their money from like
popcorn,
confectionery and stuff. Like, literally. So that's why they push you so hard. Like, they make hardly any money. So the fact that they're still getting a cut of this when there is a shortage of stuff coming out because of the strikes and stuff, like,
which
so
isn't the theater's fault at all.
Yeah, like, it's just the greedy
and they
people
don't deserve to suffer
in Hollywood that are just,
making everyone suffer.
Not like them, honestly.
So I honestly think, I know that like they were originally, there was in this Puck article, does talk about how like they were originally going to plan for like a 2025 release after the tour is over, and then they realized, like, you know, the tour is so popular now, like, why not capitalize on its popularity now when 2 years from now who knows what's going to happen, right? So smart financial move, I guess, that way too, which is good. I'm excited. I will be talking about my experience. I have made a decision that, okay, Jack, I need your opinion. What's your thoughts on people like standing up and dancing in a theater and also singing and then also like screaming in theaters for this movie?
I think it definitely depends. I think the target audience is going to be Swifties, so I think that there's nobody's experience going to be getting ruined by it. Like, and I feel like everybody is just like up and like, maybe not screaming, but like if they're up singing and like having a good time and pretty much just treating it like the Eras, like, then why not? Like, as long as nobody's, because you're not gonna have any like like 50-year-old men in the background being like, oh, I'm trying to watch the film. Like it's gonna be Swifties, and if they are 50-year-old men and they're Swifties in Slay, but like they're gonna be up dancing, and so I don't think they're gonna be ruining anybody's experience.
Yeah, okay. The biggest issue, I don't mind with people. I think singing is like great, like definitely sing and definitely dance. I think the biggest issue I have with dancing is that I'm short, and so if the person in front of me is tall, I won't be able to see the movie at all, and like that's not how a movie's supposed to be, right?
That's
like
fair.
I'm kind of the opinion of if you're gonna stand up and dance, you can, but do it in the aisles, and don't do it where people are sitting, unless like everyone is doing it, kind of thing.
No, that's a good point.
And then also don't like scream over Taylor, because it's like, this isn't a concert. Like,
this isn't a Gracie Abrams acoustic show.
Fucking hell. But like definitely sing and dance. It's just like the way that you do it should be respectful of how everyone else wants to enjoy the movie as well. Like if I want to be seated, or even if I want to stand, but I'm short and the person in front of me also wants to stand, that means I can't see, right? And like I picked my seat like in the middle center, like where you want to sit for a movie, not at the front, thinking you know I wouldn't be able to see if I wasn't at the front. So I think if you want to, that's my opinion on it. I know people are going to be like, she's being annoying and like she doesn't want us to have any fun, but I fully expect it to be what you said on the first day.
It's going to be chaos.
Which I'm going on the first day because I have to, but I'm also going to book. So I booked like a normal screening because that's what it was available when I got in. And then I also want to see it in IMAX. So I might go again like during the week where maybe like less people are going and see it in IMAX, where I can just like sit with my popcorn and bring a blanket and like enjoy it. But then with like less people around, so that I can get like both experience, you know, and like, so I'm hoping that I can do that.
No, that's a good idea. Better bring your friendship bracelets as well.
Oh yeah, I definitely will be bringing friendship bracelets because I know people will be trading friendship bracelets at the theater, so that is something I will be doing.
This is so cool.
Which will be
so much fun. Yeah,
it'll be lots of fun, and I hope that the rumors about it coming to the UK are true, because it'll be fun for you too.
I feel like we'll get it. Like, it doesn't make sense to get it before the concert, realistically. Like, yeah. So we might get it like late 2024, and that's fine as well. Like
but on the leak thing, it did say October 13th, so I'm sure it'll come out on streaming platforms at least, if anything. I'm happy Canada wasn't excluded like we usually are.
Yeah, use 1. Use 8 for the first time.
I know. Also, I'm sorry if you guys see me like my hands going up and down in the video for video watchers. I'm fidgeting with my necklace like an idiot. Anyway, I think that's it for the Eras Tour movie. I don't know if you have anything else to add.
No, just if anybody's going, just have the best time. And let us know
have
your
the best time
when we talk about it on the podcast.
Honestly, like, tell us what you think. We're going to talk about our experience on the podcast. So if you had a really shitty experience or a really good experience when you go see the Eras Tour movie, let us know, because I'm only one person and I might have a really awful time or a really good time, and it doesn't resonate everyone's experience. So having good things, more things to talk about, is always fun. Okay, I think our next topic is probably going to be Baby Queen. So the same day that Guts came out, Baby Queen released Quarter Life Crisis, the single, not the album. I like this song. I think of the songs she's released so far that are on this record, I think that I like this one second to Dream Girl. I think Dream Girl, I still like it a little bit better. But Quarter Life Crisis is pretty good. I didn't really like We Can Be Anything, as we discussed, but I think it's still really good. I honestly love the vibe of it. Like, it's very catchy. And it just, like, I'm almost 25, so yeah, Quarter Life Crisis is so real.
Yeah, it's, you know, when you were just saying about We Can Be Anything, okay, I know we kind of had like a lot to say about it, but it's really grown on me.
Okay, really? Because
yeah,
I don't know. I haven't listened to it much because I was just like, I don't love this, but I should listen to it again more.
it's like it's definitely a grower. I think when you like take a break from it and just like listen to it with the new stuff, I think it sounds. I don't know how to explain it, but give it another shot because I like it more, and I think it's probably
Okay.
it might be my favorite out of all three that we've got so far. And
Okay.
it's hard to
Interesting.
choose between Dream Girl and Quarter Life Crisis because Quarter Life Crisis is really catchy. Like when it goes,
Yeah,
oh, it's the Quarter Life Crisis,
Quarter
like
life
that part.
crisis.
Yeah, like
I
it's so
love that.
catchy.
That's what gets stuck. It literally gets stuck in my head. It's so good. Yeah.
It's so good at like making songs like that though as well.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's a lovely song. I can't decide if it's like second or third, but it's very good, and we've had like quite a mix of stuff, from like the album so far, and the music video was sick as well, but it's
Yeah,
exciting to see, what we're going to get from the album. But sad news is that it's been pushed back.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
the album was originally supposed to come out like the second week of October, I think, right?
I think so, yeah.
And now it's been pushed to the first or second week of November.
So it's the 10th of November.
Yeah, so it's been pushed back a whole month.
Yeah.
Which is a long time for an album to be pushed back. Usually it's like 1 or 2 weeks, if something comes up, but they pushed it back an entire month. I don't know what happened. Obviously, I don't think anybody knows what happened.
Yeah.
I think that it's quite sad. Like I feel really bad. I feel really bad because the timing is really weird because obviously she has the tour that's for this album that's going to be going on now before the album comes out, and then the album's going to come out in the middle of the tour. So it's going to be a little bit weird. The label hasn't really been promoting stuff a lot either. So yeah, I just feel quite bad for her, honestly. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but yeah, I just feel bad.
Because we actually know nothing. Like the Notepad apology was, owing to circumstances out of my control, my album is going to be pushed back to release on Friday the 10th of November. I hate disappointing you, and I know you've been waiting for a long time. I have to, but I have to ask you to wait a few weeks longer, and I promise to make that wait worth your while. I have so many things to tell you these next few weeks. There is so much coming, and I can't wait for these 12 songs to be yours. Thank you for your love and support. I feel like the luckiest person in the world. Love, Baby Queen. It's really strange because not only have they pushed it back like a month, delaying these whole not delaying because the concerts are still going ahead, these acoustic shows are still going ahead, and a lot of these acoustic shows and the concert are obviously to experience the new album, but they've also pushed it back to like 1989 TV comes out on the 27th, so like it's very close to that, and you would think that if they were going to push it, they would try and keep it as far away from as possible from that, but it's like they've kind of pushed it into a weird space. I don't know.
I think, honestly, like, I mean, I don't think, like, not to be, like, just to be blunt, like, I don't think she had any chance of, like, getting #1 on the charts anyway.
Yeah.
So it's not a big deal, and it's not like it's the same day that I don't think it's going to be actually a problem. If she was originally going to release it, I think on October 13th, or October 6th. Yeah. I don't remember which one, but even then that's like 2 weeks before. So it just in terms of like before or after. And I don't think that that's a big factor. I mean, she released this single on the same day as Guts, which that's arguably true, there's a bigger fan overlap with Olivia because she opened for her. I wouldn't say that that's something that actually matters that much to the label. Just in Bella's case, it definitely matters for some other artists. I have no idea why, like what could have caused this. And I just, Like, genuinely, like, I cannot even, like, make up a probable reason like I usually can. I just don't know, and I just feel really bad. But I'm sure, like, all of her shows and everything will still be just as fun. I don't think it's going to take away from anything, and I think it's still going to be a really good album. So I am excited.
Oh, yeah, fully as well. I just feel bad. I don't know what's going on, but hopefully the record label starts promoting that. I don't know. I wish I knew. Like, I wish we had, like, behind the scene information. This is why we need to get big enough so then we can get information and then report it.
And we can leak it.
Yeah. Oh gosh. We'll need a lawyer for that.
We didn't say that. We don't leak anything, guys. No.
Nobody's gonna tell us anything now.
Yeah, true.
So the album has 12 songs. The track list is 1 We Can Be Anything, 2 Kid Genius, 3 Dream Girl, 4 I Can't Get My Shit Together, 5 Love Killer.
Real.
Yeah. 6 Grow Up, 7 Quarter Life Crisis, 8 Die Alone, Real, 9 Obvious, 10 23, which is going to be a very crucial track, I think. We're both 23. So I think it's going to be...
Yeah, I will be 24 when the album comes out. So, yeah. Also, just wanted to say, I'm turning 20. I realized the other day I'm turning 24 on a Sunday, which is so Greta Ray coded. That's all.
Okay. I'm not going to even say anything about Greta Ray. I'm not going to bring up any sad feelings.
No, it's okay. We'll talk about it after.
11,
go on.
Every Time I Get High, and 12, A Letter to Myself at 17. Which sounds like a really nice closer, so that'll be fun. And that comes out on...
It's literally Dear 17 repackaged into a baby thing, huh? Anyway.
It's gonna be fun.
Which it'll be fun, and we will talk about it on the podcast, like we always do.
Yeah. If you don't listen to Baby Queen, go do it.
Yeah, do it. It's really important. The next topic that we have is... Guts tour. So literally the day after our we recorded last week, our Guts review, Olivia announced her Guts World Tour, which is fun. She's playing arenas, which is insane to me, but also clearly she has the demand for it because Ticketmaster have said that they have gotten more registrations than tickets available, which is insane. Demand is exceptionally high, which is insane because I just didn't believe that Olivia had that high demand, but she does, and I don't want to believe it.
It's so sad seeing her in the O2 to then not even getting tickets to see her in the arena.
It's crazy. It's literally insane, and I honestly think like Verified Fan can be good. Mm-hmm. It can be good for artists that don't have such high demand, which is like really funny to say because you think it should be the opposite. But for artists that have really high demand, I think using things like the Midnight's presale kind of style, like if you bought something off the shop, you get a code. Mm-hmm. That kind of stuff is better because because I don't think Spotify is like the best way to do it because people like bought that shit. Whereas like when there's like money attached to it, it's a little bit easier. And also like not everyone uses Spotify.
True. I'm sorry guys. I'm just singling out everybody that uses like Deezer and Apple Music. Sorry.
Tidal, whatever. No, it's not even that. Like I think there are people who like will listen to like Taylor a lot, but only listen on like a physical CD as well.
Yeah, that's.
So I just feel like more people buy stuff than they do, and it could be like you bought like a $5 pen or a $30 vinyl. You know, like whatever. It could be either. It doesn't need to be like you have to buy, you know, this really expensive item to get access to my really expensive tour. But I do think that there needs to be some barrier that's not just a random selection because it's just bullshit that like how does Ticketmaster know between fans and scalpers? Like That's the thing. Most scalpers can sign up on a link, but they won't know 2 months in advance to buy something off of a merch store, but fans will. And that's just that. Like, that's literally the reality of it. And I think it's really sad to see people on my timeline, like, not get tickets who I know are, like, really big Olivia fans.
And a lot of these scalpers have bots that run multiple email signups. So, like, they have, like, 20... Not 20, they have like 100 plus like emails signed up for it, and then get access and then sell them, and it is sad.
It's bullshit. It's really, really, really sad. And I wish, I don't blame artists for this at all, really. Like, it's kind of their only option, but I think that, so Noah Khan announced his Will All Be Here Forever tour today, in his North America dates. I'm wearing his shirt, so
looks sick.
Love that. Thank you, Jack. And let me just find the Instagram post, but he's doing something he's also doing verified fan, because there's going to be high demand for his shows, but then he's doing tickets for this run of shows will be in high demand, so verified fan will be used to ensure more tickets get into the hands of fans instead of scalpers looking to resell them. Tickets for this tour will be non-transferable to ensure that only fans get access to tickets. This means if you're buying tickets as a group, you will need to enter the show together. For fans who are unable to use their tickets, a face value exchange will be made available from a Ticketmaster face value exchange, which is essentially close to like what Taylor has done in the UK, right? Like, you can't transfer, and if you want to resell, you can only do so within the platform that you bought tickets, in which the cap is face value.
Yeah, I've actually not been on to resell in a wee while, but I think it's either face value or like a tiny bit above.
But nothing like insane.
Yeah. Which is,
I just wish that Olivia also did that. So Olivia's doing like $20 tickets for fans who maybe aren't able to afford to go to a show, which I think is really, really great and really important. I think concerts should be accessible to everybody. There's something that, like, I feel like for me personally helped me like grow as a person, and just because you can't afford it, you shouldn't be like denied the chance to do that, see your favorite artist. But I also think that having cheap accessible tickets in general is really important, and not allowing, like, having a system like verified fan where like most people can't buy tickets is like incentivizing people who maybe could afford more expensive tickets to go and buy those $20 ones, right? Versus having like face value exchange would be like really good. I don't know. It just sucks. I wish the situation was better. I don't know if you saw, Jack, but there's a lot of drama on Twitter today.
Yep, I know exactly what you're talking about.
So there was the UK tickets went on sale early this morning, and there was people complaining that her VIP packages are £300, which I agree is insane, and VIP packages are a scam.
Yep.
I need artists to stop doing VIP packages. Like, why am I paying £300 just to get into the venue early and for like a little box of merch? Like, it's ridiculous. And people will pay it because they value being in the front row. And I mean, if it was like Maisie, for me, I would just pay it because I don't want to go to a Maisie show and not be in the first row. Like, that's not what I want to do. But for Olivia, like, it's like, I'm not nearly as big of a fan. So, I mean, obviously I'm a big fan, but I'm not like, a stan, I guess. There's people who deserve to be at the front more than I do at Olivia. So I'm not going to pay because it's not worth my money. I don't know what you think about VIP tickets, Jack.
I think it really just differs on like who you're going to see. I think there's certain VIP packages that make sense and some that don't, but there's also just an increase in ticket prices in general, and and I think it's scary because it's getting to the point where just normal tickets are becoming inaccessible for people, especially while we're in a cost of living crisis at the minute. Like, it's scary because the younger fans, which all the power to them, don't necessarily see the value in the money they're spending in these tickets, and that's completely fine because I do it, and I'm 23 and I still do it. But I think the way that these venues and these like record labels are capitalizing is scary, because they're putting the price up and they're demanding higher prices for shows that possibly shows a wee while ago. Like, there's an artist playing in the Hydro at like around the same time that is obviously a wee bit smaller than Olivia, but tickets are from like £33 to £100, and I think Olivia's are like 70 to like 300 for VIP. But it's like scary how much the difference is.
Okay, yeah, it is. It's insane. I think that I don't know why Olivia's tickets are so expensive. So the drama that was on Twitter was essentially like not really about VIP, which I think everyone can agree that VIP is like ridiculous. But at the O2, there is VIP standing room in the pit, which is £300, and then there's normal ticket in the pit, which is £98. And someone was being like, it's not that expensive, it's £98. People are like quote tweeting her and being like, how can you say this in a cost of living crisis? How can this? How can that? And I saw something, and I know that you went to see her at the O2 as well, but that like SZA's tickets were more expensive for pit than 98. So I don't know, because I'm not from the UK. Because for me, when I do the currency conversion in my head of what that is in Canadian dollars, if I wanted to get a ticket close to the stage on the floor, or a seated ticket, or even a standing ticket, I guess, like at an arena, like if it was at a theater, like, like Hammersmith, like she played last year, like that kind of size of a venue, I would be like, yeah, 98 is really, really expensive. But if I think about our arenas here, and if I want to get a floor ticket, that's how much I'm going to be paying. Like, I know that's how much I'm going to be paying. If it was 5 years, if it was before COVID, I would say that was expensive. But right now, I don't actually think that £98 is expensive. I think that that's the price to see an artist in an arena. But that's in Canada, and that's very different than in the UK. So I don't feel like I have as much say as you do, because you know what to expect when you go see an artist at an arena.
I think it's like very different on who you're going to see. I think pop as a genre is charges more for their tickets because their fans are younger and they know they can get more from them.
Which is fucked up.
Whereas like the national tickets, we love the national. I think right now that they're there in 4 days. I was going to try and go because Soccer Mummy's performing and I can't, but it's fine. I think the standing tickets are like 45.
So that's a lot less.
Yeah, and it's just, I think it's definitely based on the target audience, and I know there's more that goes into it as well, but
so the way that I know that tickets work here, and I assume that it's similar, is that there is a charge that the arena charges the artist to like be there, and the artist has to make that back in the ticket sale, essentially, right? And then they also want to profit, and so there's like a standard charge that you expect to pay when you go to a show at a certain venue, right? Because you have to. Maisie was playing at Wembley, and I think her standing tickets for Wembley were like £30. But then again, she is a smaller artist than Olivia, and probably wants to sell the tickets more than she wants to make money off of it. Whereas Olivia knows she's going to sell the tickets, right?
Yeah.
I think when I look at like if it is a price okay, I'll look at other artists and like what they're charging, and because I know that artists wouldn't like undercharge for a concert based on what they're actually paying to be there. And so if the National are charging like that much less than Olivia is at the same venue, I would say that Olivia is overcharging, and that's probably a correct assumption. But if people of like her same genre are charging the same amount, it's hard to complain because it's not really her fault per se.
Yeah.
It's just the industry's fault, which I think it's still wrong for the industry, and I think causing an uproar like this is important. But the problem is that they're never going to listen because they'll see the tickets sell out and say, well, like, you bought them anyway, so we're going to keep doing it because you bought them anyway. That sucks because I have seen expensive concert tickets and been like, I'm just going to buy them because I want to go to the show. There have been times where I've seen expensive tickets and I've decided not to go buy them. Like Niall Horan was an example of that, and I wanted to go and I was like, I'm just going to buy a nosebleed ticket, and I got in and the nosebleed tickets were like 100 Canadian dollars, and I was like, it's just not worth it. If it was like cheaper for a nosebleed ticket, I will go, but I'm just like, not today. And that was a decision I made for an artist that I wouldn't like die if I didn't go to, but I would enjoy if I did go to. I don't know. I think it's interesting, and the decisions that you make to go to concerts are largely based off of your desperation to see the artist and to be close, right? Like, people pay £300 for VIP because they really, really want to be at Barricade, and that's really important to them. And I'm not faulting those people because I am the same for other artists. I really want to be at Barricade. And I think that it's quite sad that Olivia is like, that all artists are like taking advantage of their fan base, knowing that they might pay that much. It sucks. I just wish that people would like focus their attention on something, because people being like, it's people complaining about like, she charged £40 at her last tour. It's like, well, her last tour she was freaking playing at like a tenth of the size venues. Like, what do you mean? She like, it's going to be more expensive. You have to expect that, but it just sucks. It just freaking sucks.
I think a little bit of it as well is because sometimes these fans are a wee bit younger. This is like maybe their first like experience going to like an arena, so they are going to be more expensive than these smaller venues. But it is also, again, it's a shame that because we'll pay these prices that they're not going to do anything about it. But it also, it's because like Kendrick Lamar and SZA, and I've been to a bunch of concerts at the Hydro, and they are artists like that are kind of around the same prices, like 80 to 90 to 100, and it's like, how like there must be some way it works behind the scenes, because if the National are charging 41 or 45 or whatever, and like Kendrick's charging like 80 something, and SZA's charging 80 something, and Olivia's charging 90 something, like there either is a charge that they're putting on these artists because they know they can get more out of them, or they are the art, like the labels know they can get more from this and make more profit, so they're doing this. But I also think we've seen it constantly, and we keep seeing it, how other artists have done this, but it's always Olivia that gets the brunt of it, and it's like, because I hate to see it, because it's obviously not Olivia as well. It's so
there is the factor, which I only just thought about now, of like the production of the show, right? Like if you're Taylor Swift and you're going to the Eras Tour and you have 10 dancers and you have a whole stage set up, you have like a really, really like a lot of lighting, a lot of production, moving that and setting that up takes a lot more people than just like maybe the National on stage with their guitars and drums and whatever. And like not really much production, not like dissing either show, just like that's one show versus the other. So if Olivia has a lot of production in her show, then I can see why the ticket might be more expensive, because the show costs more to put on, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know, like, I haven't been to these shows to know whether that's the case or not, and whether it's justified to be charging that much more. I think it's like discourse that's important, but it's just not going to change, and it sucks. And I feel sorry for people who can't afford it, and I hope that, like, Olivia sees this and changes, or I hope that the industry can make their shows more affordable for everybody.
Music live is such a good experience. Like, I feel like everybody needs to experience in it, and it's sad that people aren't being able to, but hopefully there is a change.
I wanted to mention something about Olivia's tour as well on the American sale side, which is semi-related, and a different situation that's happening for all of the North American shows, is that Olivia has left on Ticketmaster Platinum pricing, which, for those of you who don't know, is Ticketmaster's dynamic pricing system that exists in their North American market, where the higher the demand for a show, the higher it'll cost. This has caused, when people to go in to buy tickets, that like a seated ticket in the nosebleed is more expensive than buying a VIP package for pit because of the demand. Yeah. Which is insane to me, that like she would leave dynamic pricing on. I just don't get it. It's freaking ridiculous. Dynamic pricing is the most stupid thing Ticketmaster has ever done. I see a lot of discourse on the... I've seen so much discourse. It's really funny how Americans are so used to consumerism and these bullshit tactics that companies use, that they just like suck it up and don't say anything. They're like, this fucking sucks, but I'm gonna suck it up. Whereas like Europeans aren't as used to it. So like a £98 ticket is like causing like big fights on Twitter, whereas like Americans getting hella screwed over and having to pay $1,000 for a freaking lower bowl, not even like front row ticket, are like, this freaking sucks, but I'm just gonna have to do it. Which is just like, it's no digs on either side. It's just like, it's kind of funny, the like opposites to me. Yeah.
It's and keep in mind, the artists are the one that decide if dynamic pricing is on or not, as well. So just to let you guys know that that's the case. But that happened with the Eras tour. Like, like VIP packages didn't sell out as fast in the EU. And they had to, like, because they're
not used to consumers.
Yeah. It's so funny. It's just the polar opposite. I love it.
It's hilarious.
I'm just going to chime in. I've just been thinking on Twitter, and there's a picture from an AMC worker with AMC friendship bracelets that they've been sent.
Oh my god, that's fun.
I'll put a picture on the screen. I'll just put one in Discord quickly. But we don't know if they're from AMC or from Taylor's team. But that's exciting. So that's really cute.
I assume they're from AMC, but that's really cute.
So they're just like, sadly, they just say AMC on them.
I'm not going to an AMC because I'm not American, but it's still fun.
Sad. Well, all you Americans, all our one American listener, there you go.
But yeah, I think that's it about Guts tour. I can say words. Yeah, I hope that everyone who's trying to get tickets is able to get tickets, Jack included. I am not trying for Guts tour tickets, sadly. But it is okay. Our next topic is that I went to go see Noah Khan this weekend.
Woo!
Fun. Hence why I'm wearing his shirt, which I totally subtly mentioned a little bit ago. I don't really have much to say about the show, honestly. It was at an amphitheater. It was 16,000 person capacity, which was insane. I was sat near the back just because that's what I could afford at the time when I bought the tickets. I bought face value, not resale, which is insane because I bought these tickets in January when they came on sale. And it was like, I think I paid like $35-$40 at the time. And for my ticket, like way at the back, because that's what I could afford, like I said. It was great. I was like, whatever, excited. And then like a month ago, I went to look, like, because I knew that it didn't sell out right away. So I was like, oh, maybe I could upgrade my ticket if it's not sold out yet, right? Because I knew that it hadn't sold out right away. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go see if I can upgrade my ticket. And I go on there, and I'm just like, $600 for a resale ticket in like the section way at the back where I'm sitting, where I paid freaking $40 for a face value ticket. And I was like, what the hell? And it's like, it's crazy to me to think that We'll All Be Here Forever has like skyrocketed Noah's career so much. Like, sixth season was already such a big hit, and now like We'll All Be Here Forever is just like made him like popular. Like, everybody knows who Noah Khan is, and I'm like, that's insane. That is insane. It is insane. And he's now playing at arenas, he just announced today, which is like also insane. Crazy. But overall, the concert was so much fun. I met some really nice people there, and he was insanely good live, like, just like more than I ever expected. And just like being in an amphitheater, and like literally like the energy was so good. It felt like a Taylor show, like an old, like a rep tour style Taylor show, where literally every single person was screaming the lyrics.
That is so fun.
Like literally every single person was screaming the lyrics, and it was incredible, like incredible vibes, exactly what you need. And I just had so much fun. So if you have a chance to see Noah Khan, if you're in North America, he just announced a tour, so I highly recommend signing up for that. And he is so popular, so you should get in while you can.
Yeah, you're gonna pay $600 for Canadian dollars for a ticket. That's insane.
Which is insane to be charging $600 to be trying to resell a ticket for $600 when you paid like $50 for it is like insane behavior.
But no, like the recent videos, and I've been so lazy and not been putting them on socials. So I'm gonna start socials again. So they will be up there, hopefully before the episode comes out, or at least will be starting when that comes out. So if you want to go check them out, they will be there. And
if it's not there when this episode comes out, you can tweet at the Music Shack and be like, give us Noah videos, and I will reply to you with a random Noah video.
Oh my, yeah. I kind of don't want to post them now. Just see what I wanted to get to see if it's a lucky draw. But while we're on the topic of Noah, this was like my week. Like pretty much like two of my like top 5 favorite artists collabed. Lizzy collab. Oh my god, I can't speak. Noah and what? Noah and Lizzy collabed on Call Your Mum, and we heard like a snippet, and like they performed it together like a month or two ago, and then there was a snippet that was released, and it sounded amazing, and the whole song sounds amazing.
It's so good with her. I absolutely love it. Yeah, so freaking good.
Just listen to it. I don't have anything to say. Lizzy just is like so effortlessly like such an amazing singer, and just like such a cool person, and obviously Noah as well. Just it's so good. If you go listen to it, if you don't listen to Noah as well, just like even give it a chance. Like I think you listen to like the first song and you're like instantly hooked. Him and as a person as well is just really really cool, and he deserves all this success, and it's so awesome
for
to see.
Sure. It's crazy. Like he said that, like I've not been following Noah for that long, like 6th season kind of time. Like when he collabed with Maisie was kind of when I like started listening to him.
Yeah.
Well, not like collab. They did those TikToks together, whatever. And then she went. She was a special guest at one of his shows in LA like last year. So that's when I kind of started listening to him. But anyway, the point that I'm trying to make is that like he was saying at the show that he first played at a 250 person venue in Toronto. That was the first time we played in Toronto. And that same venue is the place I'm going to see Tommy Lefroy at next week, and the place I saw Bear at, and, you know, saw Maisie at, like, a similar venue the first time I saw her. And it's, like, literally insane for me to think about how there's, like, 250 people in Noah's audience yesterday who were at that show and saw him in that tiny-ass venue in that setting, and are now seeing him play for 16,000 people in the same city. And then thinking that that's going to maybe happen to me with, like, that's happening with Maisie right now. Like, I first saw her at a freaking 500-person venue, and now she's playing for 2,500 people in Toronto. And next time she sold that out. So next time she comes, she's going to be playing for even more people here, and then even more people. And she's playing for 12,000 people at Wembley. Like, that's insane. I cannot fathom that.
It's scary.
I don't want my artists to do that. Stop it. You're not allowed to do that. You're mine.
Well, we're on the topic of Maisie, actually. We don't know much, but she's been hinting at Deluxe, the Good Witch Deluxe. We knew it was coming at some point, but we don't know, like, any more information other than just a couple tweets and stuff.
I hate Maisie for this because I already spent like $700 million on the Good Witch Standard records. So, like, does she want me to buy the deluxe ones too? Like, I am not that rich, girl. Like, help. But also exciting, very exciting. And also, I'm gonna give a guess for the day.
Okay.
Witchy season. October 13th, Friday the 13th.
Oh.
Deluxe version, surprise drop. Haha, that's my guess.
Okay.
Though that might not even be true, because it's quite soon. So, it might be in November sometime. But I think it's going to be in October because, like, witchy vibes. And I think October 13th is perfect because it's after her US tour ends and before her UK tour starts. So, like, it's kind of the perfect time to release a deluxe version of a record.
I've just typed in National Witch Day. And the only day... Oh, no. I'm not getting that day. I thought it came up October 30th. But I don't think there's a day for it. So I was trying to be smart there, but there's just not.
Yeah, if it's Halloween, it would be October 27th, but Maisie would never release on the same day as 1989 TV.
Oh my god, that is how soon... Yeah, god, that's scary. Yeah, it has to be October. I'm not going to steal your date. I can't think of one, but you'll probably be right, so there's probably no point in me saying.
I don't think I'll be right, because I think it's quite soon, but it might be. I might be right, which is insane. That's fun. I don't know if we have anything else to talk about. Oh, Gretta opening for Maisie in the UK. Yeah. Jack is going to provide us with so much content about that because I want to see Gretta live, so I'm going to just live vicariously through him. Maybe I'll send my boyfriend and be like, go.
Just stand there and take all the videos. Oh, it's going to be so good. That was such a nice, like, surprise.
I am so jealous. I am so jealous.
I feel bad.
But I wish that I could come. But alas, I cannot. So it's okay. You're going to have the best time, and Gretta will come to Canada soon. So I'm sure copium.
Okay, so the last thing, which is a big thing, it's like probably the biggest thing ever. We actually finally got to see the 1989 vault come to life. We didn't get ruined, like Speak Now. And what an experience it was. I'm going to quickly drop the tracks that we got from it. So there's obviously 5 tracks. I've just put a 4 up because it kind of leans into what I was going to say. So when we broke the vault, 4 tracks were kind of listed off, and we were like, where's the 5th one? But I'll let Ray explain that. So we have Say Don't Go.
Yes.
We have Now That We Don't Talk, Suburban Legends, and Is It Over Now? We don't have any collaborations in these, unless she's not listed them, but this is like the back cover of the vinyl. So I feel like if she was going to list them, she would have them on this.
She would. I was expecting them to be released when she posted the back cover. Now that she's already posted the back cover, I 120% believe that. I 120% believe that there's no collaborations, which is crazy to me because I was kind of expecting that there would be, but also like 1989 is like Taylor's biggest record, you know, like it's what like it's her most successful record. So it's kind of nice that her version won't have other people on it.
Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it.
I was expecting like some cool collabs, but I also get it. I wanted like Lorde or like Selena. You know, we talked about all those things because like there's so many people a part of the 1989 era that would have been cool to have. Suburban Legends is what I'm claiming, by the way. I think it'll be fun, and
it's a very 1989 like title, right?
Yeah, 100%.
I think I'm claiming
but yeah, so one.
Sorry, I'll just cut you off. But I think I'm going to claim Slut.
You're going to claim Slut, which we will get into Slut because that is such a fun track. So we found out about Slut after the Google Vault puzzle. Then, like, she posted the video and it was like SLUT were the letters. And then people were like, is it lust? Is it slut? And it's like, then Taylor Nation started tweeting, is it lust or slut? And everyone's like, well, now it's obviously slut.
Yeah.
Because Taylor Nation would never say slut if it wasn't actually a song title.
Yo, I don't know what's happened with Taylor Nation, but like they're on something. I've never seen them swear so much in my life, and I've never seen them allude to like so much things in my life, like within the last like week.
It's hilarious, and I'm a living for it.
Oh, it's crazy.
But yeah, it'll be fun. I'm excited to see what they are and like who they're produced by and everything. But the way that this vault was unlocked was really interesting. So Taylor did a collab with Google, the biggest software company in the world, and the biggest search engine in the world as well. And they essentially, when you Googled her name, the little vault came up, and then you could solve some puzzles. There were 89 puzzles for you to solve, and you know, they were different things like related to the 1989 era. Like some of them were lyrics, some of them were things like secret sessions and Yes Whale and shit like that, like Swift Miss and you know, like things that like, it's hilarious because I saw a tweet that was like, I love how Taylor like took some really specific moments from the 1989 era and expected all of us to remember them, and then like of course we all remember them because we're freaking Swifties and we're crazy. But yeah, that's essentially what the puzzle was. It was so much fun. You essentially got in and you got to do a bunch of different puzzles by like searching letters and then typing it into the search bar, and they needed to complete 33 million globally until we could unlock the vault. So that took around a day, not even.
Yeah, quite fast.
But it was quite fast, to be fair, for 33 million. But it wasn't just that. When Taylor first posted the Instagram story, she not the Instagram post about it, not the story, and there was it was hilarious because it just wasn't working for like 90% of the people. Like nobody could get this freaking vault to show up, and I got it to show up for a little bit, and then like one of the answers was golf clubs, so I would type in golf clubs into the search bar, and then like it just searches for golf clubs, and I'm like looking at local golf clubs for sale in my area, and I'm like, this is not what I wanted. The vault just wouldn't show up. It was so annoying. And then then all of a sudden, like nobody could see the vault at all, like not even the 10% that it was working for. And then Google tweeted, was like, hey, we know that this is broken. And it's like, are you freaking for real? Like, you are the biggest software company in the world, and you cannot deal with Swifties. Literally nobody can deal with us. And then all of a sudden, when it came back, I think it was working well for like majority of people, which is really good. And then at that point, when it came back, the numbers were going up so quickly. And then I think it died down when a bunch of people were asleep. And then when Europeans woke up, it started going up quickly again. And then like first thing when I woke up in the morning was check the vault because I'm crazy. And it was literally like just a few minutes ago, and it posted like the results. We had unlocked it. So I think it was a really fun way for Taylor to do the vault than what she usually does. I just wish it had worked right from the start, because it would have been so much more fun if it had. But once it started working, it was good. I just wish that it had worked properly.
Yeah, but part of me thinks, like, if she was doing this for 1989, what did we miss out for Speak Now?
She hated Speak Now, and even if without the leaks, it's just like, well, I don't know what she was, why I'm just like, I hate it here. I literally hate it here. I hate how, like, there's all these pictures of, like, the 1989 vault and the Speak Now vault, and the red vault and the Fearless vault, and the Speak Now vault's just missing forever. And it's going to be the saddest thing ever. But, yeah, it is what it is.
At least we got this one. And it was a fun experience.
Yeah, it was fun. But, yeah, come back every week. But we will be talking about the vault tracks on October 27th. So, come back then.
Yeah, join us.
Yeah. But, yeah, now, thank you so much for listening to the podcast. I don't think that there's anything I'm missing anymore for this week.
No, I think we're fine. Watch us finish and then there'll be something, but I think we're fine.
Okay.
We're on top of it.
Well, yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for listening. It was so much fun this week. We caught up on all the stuff that we missed, and I hope you guys really enjoyed it. And let us know your thoughts on all of the shit that we discussed, and follow us on our socials. Check out our TikTok, our Twitter, all that fun stuff. Hit the subscribe button on YouTube if you're not already. Click the like button if you haven't already. And also, if you're listening on a podcast platform, give us a 5-star rating, a review. We love all of those things, and we really appreciate them. So, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for listening. I hope you have an amazing day. Bye.
And we will see you next week. Bye.